have 2 acres on the river in Preston. It's a peaceful sanctuary, which Grayson loved, and so does Stormy.
Grayson was definitely very competitive. He was very competitive. We were a very competitive duo. He was a very kind person, and he always thought of others before himself.
He was everyone's best friend. You know, he was that kid in school that the teachers always knew if, you know, you have a transfer student, they're like, we know who to set him by.
Just a happy, generous, kind, but he was a little terror on the soccer field and baseball field. He was small.
They didn't call him the little bulldog for nothing.
Yeah.
It is your time to go.
It was February of 2020, and we were starting to notice that he was having a harder time comprehending things, but it was still hard to tell if it was COVID, if it was the school on the Zoom, or if there was something else going on. And I scheduled an appointment. The doctor came to see him. She asked him to walk a straight line and put feet one in front of the other. He couldn't do it. He was falling. And so I started noticing it worse and worse, and she said, I'm gonna need you guys to drive to Children's. So we went to Children's, and when we got into the ER there, I knew it was something, because all of these doctors started coming in. And so they did all these tests, and they said they were gonna give him an MRI and that it would take about an hour. And he was in the MRI for close to 2 hours. And so I was very scared. And they said, we're gonna need to talk to you. And they took me into a room, and they told me, your son has brain cancer. And it's not the kind you can operate on. And there's no cure for it.
I get the call from Summer, and it's, you know, she just says, I'm here at Children's. Grayson has brain cancer, and it's bad. And I just remember dropping to my knees and just screaming, no, why? Like, why? No, it's not. No, there's got to be a chance.
We learned about stepping stones through Children's Hospital in Seattle. They connected me with stepping stones.
We knew that there was no cure for him, and so we wanted him to be as the most comfortable that he could, and then to have the best quality of life that he could.
He just did not want to go to the hospital. He was done with that. He loved being home. Stepping Stones gave us the opportunity to take care of Grayson and only go into Children's once in a while, but most of their care was done through our home.
So it made a really big difference for his state of being, to be around his family, his dogs. His dogs were very important to him.
Hi, Jill. Nice to see you.
You can't help but walk into this household and feel the energy and feel the love.
I see Jill and I just feel like it's my sister or my family. I mean, she's like, I say she's a saint. She's an angel.
Yeah, for sure.
She is. And Grayson knew it too. Something like we did last year, and auction and all of that.
I worked with Grayson for about a year. Grayson, really an amazing young kid. So many people loved him.
Providence definitely helped us. Well, Jill, in this case, really helped us. We bonded with her. She really was a really good person, and she made Grayson really happy.
Go ahead.
I have this big heart for Stormy, because I know it wasn't easy for him. And, you know, he's such a tender age for a kid, and to always be surrounded by this memory of his brother, which I'm sure is hard for him. And their family is really dedicated to helping Stormy through this too.
We have a little farm that Grayson started called the Stumpf Family Farm. And so he wanted to get chickens, and he had this big desire to have a farm. So we started off with 7 chickens and 2 goats.
Everything you see in addition to this property is because of the community behind Grayson.
It's a really incredible giving community. The waterfall that they built, all these things that these people came together to do for them, it was amazing.
We were surrounded and wrapped in the arms of the community and our friends. This pavilion was installed because of our friends. They came and did it because Grayson would have a shady spot to sit. The barn and corral were built because of our friends. The bench is from some of the soccer moms and friends and Graysons. They came and built that bench. He had battled for 377 days. He was ready. We knew.
Yeah.
And I called Jill and I said, can you come right now? And she said, I'll be there. She checked him and she said, he's ready. You should call your family or whatever you want to do. And he passed away at 9:40 with his pets and his family and his friends.
I think the biggest part of my job in hospice is the comfort piece of it, and what are all the different things that we can do to make somebody be comfortable in the end for family and the child.
It's so important to support these programs. It gives families support in the hardest journey of their life and support afterwards, because a lot of times siblings don't have the support they need. They're going through something that Camp Erin can help them with that. Safe Crossing, same thing. It's just so important to have a community that understands you.
It definitely feels like he's around, especially since he left all these things like our farm, the pond, our dogs. They all kind of connect to him. So I feel like they're all different leapholes through to him. So definitely still feel him around.